Hey, good morning traders. So it's 7:21 Friday morning, the 31st of May. We are month end, and this is a little bit sooner than I anticipated, but one of our subscribers from YouTube, Jav Quase, has requested a analysis of euro pound. So I'm going to look at that, but also last night we had Mr. President Trump do one of his usual, slap a tariff on one of the fellow nations. And what have we seen? We've seen the market completely shift dynamics from what was looking like a risk on scenario into risk off, and we've seen that money flow move straight into the Japanese yen and kind of abandon the chart that I was really focusing on, which was pound yen, but some of the other markets are still in play. So let's just take a look at the dollar index first of all. So we highlighted 98.3 as the area to watch. We got that 4-hour twin candle formation here, which we've seen reject. But what we want to see now is price break below the 98.1, 98 even handle, break through there, and we should, like I said yesterday, see the market test 97.58. Most of the decline in the dollar index is going to be related to the fall in the dollar against the Japanese yen this morning, which you can see is down 66 points, and it's currently testing the 109 even handle. If we look at the dollar yen, the dollar against all the other markets, you can see it's pretty much flat. It's down a couple of pips against the euro, down 4 or 5 pips against sterling, flat against Aussie, flat against Kiwi. The one marker that it really is moving in strength against is dollar CAD, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One is the decline in crude oil, and the other one is with this new tariff that's been slapped on Mexico. It's put some fears that there may be some amendments coming to the trade agreement with Canada. Plus, Canada's also got the GDP numbers coming out today, so it might be just a little bit of a sell-off in anticipation of the news, and then we can potentially start regaining some of that CAD strength we were anticipating yesterday, or we're going to see the market completely sell off in CAD. Right, let's move on to a couple of the charts I looked at, and then we'll focus on the request from Jav Quase. So euro still looking very nice for long opportunities from this particular area, as we discussed yesterday. A bit more conservative would be looking for a break of 1.1143 and then using that shifting cyclical pattern and trading it up towards 1.12. Cable, on the other hand, we can see we've pretty much found a base at 126. If we break that down to the daily chart, you can see this. I've highlighted the price label in here. Should just be I'm just looking at this low close here before we had that flash crash and then the move, and that's pretty much where we stopped yesterday. If we look at this on a smaller time frame, you'll probably look for some sort of CTL break. You know, we can look along the lines of that'd be the most conservative CTL. If you wanted to be a little bit more aggressive, you could look down this, and all you're going to do is you're looking for that momentum shift. You're looking for price to break through that direction, and then you can start targeting in and around these cycle highs here, or up towards the double bottom neckline up here. And you can see, looking at that, you've got a very substantial return. You know, even from, if you put a buy stop in this area, you're talking best part of 100 points up to here and 170 up to the neckline, with stops, if you wanted to just put a buy stop in, of around 58 to 60 points. So very handsome positive risk to reward there. Over onto dollar Swiss. Opportunity that I see here is looking at this on the hourly chart. This is, you've got your trend line here. We've had the market retest this zone here. We've now broken down. If we look at this in smaller steps and we look at it in sort of bite-sized chunks, we can see how the market has moved up, created a high, higher low, higher high, same low, lower high, change in trend. There's your head and shoulders neckline. Look for the market to come back up, retest the neckline or the trend line. You can put a sell limit in here, or sell limit in just a little bit higher. Stops above here, first target down towards parity, in this area here, and that'd be my sort of setup for the day on Swissy. I think that would be the one. You can see looking for a nice positive risk reward. If we just move that across, you can see there is a 2.24 to 1. If you want to just bring it down to a 2 to 1, very simple. You're getting out before you're looking for that change in structure, so that looks a nice safe trade here. Now moving over to the Japanese yen, let's just go up to the higher time frame. You can see next sort of point of support will be this 108.84. This was the double bottom we were looking at yesterday, and we were looking for the market to continue higher, but with Trump's tariff last night, what we've seen is a break to the downside, and we're coming into this support area. And this is what's going to be interesting if we correlate this level here, and then I'm just going to flip over quickly to the Dow, and you can see how both levels correlate very nicely. You've got support, test of support, and testing support again. Go back to the yen, got support again, testing potential support again. So this could be the area that we see that movement from risk off back into risk on. So looking for changing cyclical pattern around that 108.90, 108.80. Okay, that's it from the charts that I was discussing yesterday. I was going to do one more, but I'm going to go over to the chart that's been requested, which is Euro Pound. So what I want to say to you, Jav, is that basically when we were looking at Euro Dollar and Cable, so Pound Dollar, what we noticed is that both markets are at support. So what that means is, if I'm just going to, let me jot this down so it'll make sense. Okay, so if we look, let's just put it in capitals, Euro USD support by question mark. Then we've got GBP USD at support by question mark. Okay, so if we look at this, we've got a couple of opportunities that are presented to us on the majors, which is Euro Dollar at support, potential to go long. We've got Cable at support, potential to go long. So now if we're thinking about Euro Pound, all we need to do is take away the common denominator, which is the US dollar. So that would be effectively, you take away the US dollar and you're putting pound in here. So that would mean Euro, looking at what we've done here by trading it as a triangular, would be looking and say, right, well, we want to buy Euro, but on this one we want to buy pound. So in theory, we're looking at buying both markets, and then to put that as a cross pair really wouldn't make sense for me in terms of what I'm seeing. Does that make sense? So the reason I say that is because you're trying to buy both of these markets individually against the US dollar. So to then look at selling Euro and buying pound, or to buy pound and sell Euro, is kind of counterintuitive based on the other analysis. So where I would like to effectively trade Euro Pound is if the scenario was slightly different, with if it said if the setup was like this. So what that means is we look at these two markets, and what we've got is we've got opposite scenarios. We've got Euro Dollar at resistance and Cable at support. So that means we're looking to potentially sell Euro and looking to potentially buy pound. Therefore, I would want to sell Euro Pound over trying to trade both of these markets, providing it gave me a setup, if that makes sense. Now, as a standalone chart and without looking at Euro Dollar and Cable, and just looking at Euro Pound, only thing I can say here is that we have a relatively decent area of what was support become resistance to look for trading opportunities to the downside. I do feel that pound has been sold off somewhat more aggressively than Euro, therefore I think it's more undervalued against the Euro. So if this market is going to go any particular way, I would be more inclined to be looking for shorts maybe once we have a change in cyclical pattern, which would be looking for breaks of this little area here, and then trading as we get something like this, and then back down into support. So Jav, that's how I'd look at euro pound, and it was a quick update on all the other markets out there. Hope you guys found the information useful, and like I said yesterday, if you did like the content and the way it's been delivered and presented, please hit like, share and subscribe. When you click subscribe, what this means is it's all videos that are released by Trade and Train will come straight to your inbox without you having to come to our YouTube channel as and when they are published. We are also holding our very first live 2-day FX course here in London in September. If you'd like the details on that course, spaces are filling up relatively fast and we haven't even advertised yet. Only mentioned it on YouTube yesterday, plus we'd already got a waiting list of people looking to join our first course as and when it was prepared. Okay guys, have a great day. Remember, it is the end of the month. Expect some wild moves today and keep your risk management in control. Okay, bye bye.